वो चल रहा है, वो 3 बच्चों के लिए 3 फैन। तो अपने नरे रिवर को पता है सिस्टम में तो कुछ होने वाला नहीं, आपने पक्का लिखा।
हाँ बस वेरी नाइस। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you for today's session. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 14th chapter, sloka number 14 onwards. कोई माला अच्छा। So today, in last class, yesterday's class, we have discussed. So we have discussed about after seeing the ruling of King Vena, Munis, they were not at all happy actually. They were feeling guilt because they appointed such a king who is very cruel and who stopped all religious activities. And the citizens of that kingdom, they were like this. One side, they were getting torture from king, and another side, they were looted and by thieves and rogues. So it's like a log. There is a fire on that log on two sides. In between, middle of that log, the ants are there. How the situation of that ants, the same situation was there for these citizens of this kingdom. And by seeing the painful situation of these citizens, innocent citizens, Munis, they become so unhappy and they are feeling they are responsible for this because they appointed King Vena as king. That's the reason. So that's why now they want to give a try actually. They want to pacify by using some soft words. So Raja, King Vena, and so that he can change and he can give a good ruling to citizens. So they want to give try, and that's why they are going to speak like this. Kamunaya Uchuhu. Munaya Uchuhu Drupavarya Bodhaita Yatte Vignapayama Bho Ayu Shri Balakirtana Tava Tata Vivardhanam.
The great sages said, "Dear king, they have come to give good advice. Kindly hear us as attention. By doing so, your duration of life and your opulence, strength, and reputation will increase."
The great sages said, Dear king, we have come to give you good advice. Yes, kindly hear. So anyway, in last 2 days, in last 2 days, what you people learned actually? Any new thing you learned? Tell me. Three types of guru. Who are those?
Siksha Guru,
Shravana Guru. Yes. What is the role of Shravana Guru?
help us remove our doubts, clarify.
He is the cause for developing Shraddha. What is the role of Siksha Guru?
See the process.
He engages in bhajan actually. How many rounds we should do if we have any difficulties. So generally, one among the Shravana Guru will be
like Diksha Guru is like officially needs to go and accept beings or second nations.
Yes.
So it's like officially declared that I accept him.
Yeah.
Diksha Guru.
Yeah.
But Shravan Guru and Bhajan Guru, like we had, let's say example, I had Raishan Guru. So then probably you don't know him, nor he knows that I accepted it. Shravan Guru. Then whether officially it should be done and tell him that.
officiating. Actually, in our organization, see, the procedures are always standard actually, which are explained by our acharyas. And how we monitor those in our organization, that is depending upon the organizers, facilitators of that organization. In our organization, we don't see that officiating of Shravana Guru and officiating of Siksha Guru. So for this person, he is Shravana Guru and he is Siksha Guru. But even in the Shastra also, so Shravana Gurus can be many. Like in the 11th canto, we can see. Ramanujara has more than 24. So one can hear, Juhu Goswami also mentions, one can hear from many gurus also. So that's why there is no need to appreciate Shravana Guru. But you and he both can, so can have a relationship. He is my Shravana Guru and I loyally serve him. And such a qualified Shravana Guru also can take you back to Godhead. Shastra Upadeshtrunam, Mantra Upadeshtrunam va Sri Guru Charananam Nityam Sevam Kuryat. That means if you do service to, and Shiksha Guru also, I am saying as per philosophy and what actual thing can happen actually, I am saying. So such as qualified Shiksha Guru is there and you fully surrender to him and you are following and he can also deliver you. He can also. And similarly, Diksha Guru, he can also deliver you if you serve. So that's why it's not that the only Diksha Guru will deliver you. No, that is not said anywhere actually. But in our organization, Diksha Guru is not just Diksha Guru. They are also Siksha Gurus and Shravana Gurus. They teach and also they engage. So, in that way, understand the concept and then it is up to you So, whom you have to select as your deliverer? And what about the role of Srila Prabhupada then? Srila Prabhupada is, that means he is the person, what do we have to do from morning to till the time sleep actually, what activities we should do. And he compiled books, and he translated, and also he gave his purpose. In that way, he contributed very unique, that means, so thing he contributed for us in our spiritual life. So that's why he is definitely a prominent Siksha Guru. He dictated what kind of bhajan we should do, and also he explained so much philosophy so that by hearing that we can get faith on Lord actually. And he also kept his teachings, that means his realizations, his experiences. Also he included in that. In that way, he kept his kripa in his books. But can you say that only Srila Prabhupada is my Siksha Guru and I don't want any Guru and he will deliver me? Also, it will not work. Why? Because definitely we are not de-emphasizing role of Srila Prabhupada. But the point is, so the presently candidate, in what situation he is. So, and what is his nature and where he is stucking? What is the problem? Some people may say that whatever problem I feel, and if I open my book and I can get solution. In that way, Prabhupada is guiding me solution for my problems also. People may say. Definitely, we are not at all rejecting that. But people who are not able to understand what is said there, can you say everyone can do like that? No, it's not possible. Can you make it as a general rule? You cannot make it as a general. People who are heavily conditioned, people who have very much, that means contamination because of rajas and tamas, whatever is written in the book also they cannot understand. They will understand as per their biased mentality, as per their conditioned nature. That means, what is the meaning of hearing? If you see the hearing process, what happens? We are hearing the words. Our ears are recognizing pratyaksha. Ears are directly perceiving the words, and those are given to mind. Then finally, intelligence will decide that what is this word. After deciding the word, then what intelligence will do? Intelligence will fetch the meanings of words from chitta. And these meanings are now finally intelligence, what it will do? It will connect the words of each, that means sentence, in a proper way, that is known as anvaya. Then after that, you will be getting the meaning of that line. So now the intelligence, in present situation, if intelligence is affected by passion or ignorance, then it will select the wrong meanings of the right words. And after that, anvaya also we do. So in a wrong way. And if your chitta is also very much needed to, so attentively to hear that. If chitta is influenced by the tamas, at that time also chitta will be wrongly, that means missing some words. So in a conditioned jiva, chitta, intelligence, senses, and mind and senses, these are all always affected by rajas and tamas. In that situation, how can you give a guarantee that everyone getting the same understanding from the same lines of that purport? No. How can they select the answer for their problem? You know. So that's definitely you need living Siksha Gurus. Diksha Guru should be living. There is no discussion there at all. Diksha Guru definitely should be living. So there is no discussion. But even in the case of Siksha Guru, he should be. So that's it. Then in this way, because of the unique contribution of Srila Prabhupada, his role is his role. He is Acharya. So then after that, being trained by him, so one become living Guru, Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru, and he should be helping the new people to get delivered actually. This has to follow this system. If the gurus are falling down, then makes guru system strong. But don't invent new thing. Don't jump that directly Srila Prabhupada will give everything for you. But how it is on?
Our institutions are engaging us and surprise answer the question.
प्रभु माइक दे दो, रिकॉर्ड होगा तो अच्छा रहता first.
Our institution, the devotees who are engaging us and the devotees from whom we are hearing Shravan Guru, they are also different. So then how we can decide like who is our Guru and whom we have a connection, who will deliver us? Because daily, day by day, daily to daily activities, the devotees who are engaging us is different. And Shravan Guru, we hear regularly.
Yeah, no problem. I said, na, you can take shelter of anyone actually. If you serve loyally, they will. Shiksha Guru, whomever you are serving, he can take. He can take.
What is the role of devotees who are engaging us?
So that's why they are representing another living Shiksha Guru. They are helpers of that. Ultimately, you are. So, like I gave example, na? Nimanida Prabhu also was asking on that day. So, who are not in that level of the Siksha level, that means Sabde Parachanishtanatha, he may not, but he is in the process of becoming that. Connected, yes. He should be connected. Like in the Gurukul system also, generally nowadays Gurukuls, there are 10 subjects, 10 gurus are there. But in the ancient system, only one Guru. Gurukul means one Guru will be there and whole Gurukul, hundreds of boys will be run by one Guru. How? This Guru will be teaching to his main senior students, and those will be teaching to another juniors. Those will be teaching to another. In this way, with one Guru, whole Gurukul was run actually in ancient days. अभी इतना इतना एकदम मॉडर्न सिस्टम में 10 सब्जेक्ट 10 गुरु ये सब नहीं चलता actually. Not like at that time Vyakarana, also Jyotisha, and all the subjects, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, all subjects, one Guru, Shastra Parangat actually. He is expert in all the subjects and he will be teaching all these subjects to his disciples and they are teaching to them and lower to lower like that. In this way. So in this way, Siksha Guru can be, that means he is a senior Siksha disciples, they will be helping others like that.
And also, is it necessary that only one should be there? And is it possible that we are dependent upon two gurus, Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru, for our deliverance?
No, two also is okay, no problem.
Diksha will do well. But
Siksha can be many. Yes.
But you see, Sri Sampradaya, as for the name sake, they take initiation. And they consider Sripad Ramanujacharya as their guru. And initiation also, they can take only in a parampara, like not every devotee can give initiation. Like it's kind of very lineage. His son, like that. So
There is a lineage, family lineage.
Family lineage, yeah. And they are all Vaishnavas, they are following all. It's kind of Vekhans. Like we have Pancharatma, they have Vekhans. So, but just after taking initiation, they consider Sripad Ramanujacharya as their guru and all his books they read. And they respect their guru, but they formally have no connection. They just leave that place and go.
I don't know actually much about Sri Vaishnava's system.
Recently, I went and we had a talk with the sannyasi in Sri Sampradaya, so they told.
But actually, evam parampara prapta. That means parampara. Parampara should be on. If parampara is not continued, that means one qualified guru will make another disciple as a qualified guru for the next generation. This has to go on actually. In this way, knowledge should be delivered. So transparency is maintained. Otherwise, what will happen? So if you say, I have no botheration for the living guru, so Srila Prabhupada, otherwise Ramanujacharya is my guru, if you take like this, then whatever the mistakes he is doing and he is not surrendered to anyone actually, ultimately. So then what is the chances are there? There is a good chance of becoming independent. So he is becoming independent because whoever is giving name or process, that means Diksha, he is calling him as a simply Ritvik and not answerable to him also. And Srila Prabhupada, he says, he's my guru, and whatever he says, I will follow that. And who will decide? So he will open the book, and whatever he is getting, and he, by his own mind, he will assume, this is the thing Prabhupada asked me to do through these books, and I am doing this. Then what will happen actually? In the due course of time, you are giving the freedom to conditioned soul. Ultimately, it will do manmani kar dega. It will do its own speculation finally. So that's why it's must actually he should be under a living. That means who can correct him on the spot actually, and who can guide him correctly. Such a person's guidance is needed actually. Living, so live it is needed actually. Otherwise, this kind of problem will come.
Actually, Guruji Prabhupada cannot deviate or differ from previous acharyas. So in that context, I was talking that Sripad Ramanacharya Bimbel quoted, anybody who feels that is qualified, he can go and take this sannyas directly from Sripad Ramanacharya. There are his representative over there. They will do the conduct of the person candidate. And if they find him fit, they can give him sannyas. Even one of our sannyasi, recent sannyasi, he was not getting sannyas so easily, so he went to the Kote at that very place, and he gave sannyas dress to Sripad Ramanacharya and took that, and then he got sannyas.
But someone was there who checked his condition of his consciousness. Is there anyone?
Yes, there are people.
Then
But the point is the person will directly take sannyas from Sripad Ramanacharya.
But my point is whether he is qualified or not. This is checked by someone or not. That means someone who is living. If it is there, of course, verbally if they say Ramanacharya is giving, but work is done by him or not. That I am asking actually. The living person is doing the work, that means he is seeing, and he is a very standard person, and he is a standard sannyasi, and he is seeing the newcomer how he is and what is his state, and whether he can be or he cannot be. Such a encouragement or rejecting can be is done by any living person or not.
Yes, that is done. So it is a good system sort of.
Then that's all. That is enough. Purpose is solved. You can tell that he have taken from directly from Krishna, so no problem. But the point is, process is followed or not. Okay, followed means okay. I have terminology use whatever, we don't mind that. So that's why in the Siksha also, he should be actually. He should be having a living. Otherwise, then what is the fight actually? There is no need of fight. If you also follow the system which is given by Shastra, and if I am also following, and simply you are saying that I am Shishya of this, but I take every guidance from him only, the living one, and but still Prabhupada is my guru. Only for terminology you are saying, but everything you are following, then what is it? Why different? What is the need of differing each other and fighting each other? Yeah. Of course, entire Guru Parampara is cause for delivery of us. Not only just Prabhupada. Prabhupada also will be so submitting us to his Guru, and his Guru will submitting his Guru like that. Ultimately, Krishna, we are submitting to Krishna. So then there is no point of extending this kind of discussions actually, really.
So in Gurukul, can a non-Brahmana become Acharya and then he can lead the group?
Actually, if you see in Haribhakti Vilas, actually, if there is emergency, Brahmana is not there, Brahmana Acharya or Brahmana Guru, then Kshatriyas can give. In Haribhakti Vilas, it is good.
But we cannot generalize it.
But conditions are there. So, but these Brahmana Kshatriya also not by birth. This Brahmana Kshatriya based upon qualities. That should be remembered all the time. We never actually, our Acharya never encouraged by birth Brahmana, by birth Kshatriya, no. They completely reject this.
Then who will identify with them?
This will be Varnashrama quality. Today I will tell. We will decide. Today we will discuss.
With reference to Prabhuji's question stating that since they are following the parampara, it is okay. Whether they are accepting even someone else from Ramanacharya also, So same case, then even we can give a Ritvik in our society what they're following. Even if they take sannyas like this, like we're following Prabhupada's.
But thoroughly, if they are giving value for Siksha Guru, and if they take guidance from Siksha Guru, living Siksha Guru, so that is the thing, na? Siksha Guru also said that my Guru is the one cause for you to deliver. He will never say that I am delivering. So that's why in that system, but if they take Siksha Guru is very lightly, and I don't care you, and I directly interact with Prabhupada only, then that is a faulty system. You're understanding?
But probably here also see, when they are directly taking sannyas from Ramanujacharya, they don't have any middleman. Because if he is a sannyasi, he is a one way representative of the society. So
But
where is the question of his...
Truly speaking, I don't know about that. So truly speaking, I don't know the process what Prabhu said. So that's which I don't know thoroughly. And whatever he said based upon that, I cannot defend him. Whatever he said, I don't know whether it is right or wrong. Because there is a chance of getting mistaken understanding. And we don't know subtleties deeply. And I am just, I am not defending him. Also, I am not refuting him. So just okay. But the system is this. If it is followed, it's okay, I'm saying. But what is really happening and whether how much he understood or not, and that is the opinion of all the Raman Sampradaya, only one sect became like that. Like in the case of Iskcon also, now one sect is ready to say promote the Ritvik system. So it's like one sect. What is the background behind this? I don't know all these things. So thoroughly when we research, then I can comment on.
No, because like this, if we even speak, then even Ritvik system is all right.
See, point is when we have complete details, then you can take reference. Ramanuja's system as a reference for your support your Ritvik system, provided that is right or wrong. First of all, that has to be proved. Na? So for that, I am not a person now to decide. Your understanding. And of course, he said that how can I take it as it is right? Maybe it may be wrong. It may be one of the set.
Took sannyas from there before.
Yeah. So sorry, see, many people even in Iskcon also say that Prabhupada said that like this, they show letters also. So Prabhupada only directly Guru. If you come to our Iskcon, like that, in their Sampradaya also, we don't know how many different sects are there. Of course, it's not our point also now. We don't need to worry about that. So we have our Acharya's procedure. So Juhu Goswami clearly explaining in the Bhakti Sandarbha. So these are the Gurus, and if you serve them, so they will deliver you. So everything is given. This is the thing, was main point actually. Yeah. अरे चलो ये तो अभी तो बहुत कुछ है पढ़ने के लिए उसके बाद
Last point. So Ramanujacharya himself probably took initiation from Mahapurna, disciple of Yamunacharya. And when we ask, like, who is the Diksha Guru from Ramanujacharya, we don't say Yamunacharya. We say Mahapurna is the spiritual master Diksha Guru. So if that was the standard case, then we could have said that Yamunacharya is the spiritual master, initiating spiritual master of Ramanujacharya. But since that is not the case, we say Mahapurna is the initiating spiritual.
only you are trying to refute that. Okay. So you people both after class pretend discuss. We are clear actually. Whoever is living Guru, he is your Guru. That's all. So, but Acharya means after seeing the philosophy, how practically implement that. Now we have so Shravana Vidhi, that means we should do Navada Bhakti. So now he said 16 rounds, that's minimum actually. Whoever is coming to contact with devotees, they should do minimum 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles. And this is the morning, they should do like this. And they should run the organization like this. So he is Acharya. These things all said by him. So that's why his position is unique position, no doubt in that. So, but Guru is needed actually. It's a must. Living Guru is a must actually. It's obvious. That is not at all a question at all actually. Because one person who is in front of, even in the Shastra also, is clearly said, you should pranipatena pariprasena seva. So pariprasena, you should ask questions. And even the Seven Guru case also, Juhu Goswami writes, you should go and ask. And he's clearly, that point also is not mentioned that he should be living Guru, like also not written, because there is no need to think that there is a chance of who is not living here, from him also you can take. Someone say that you don't put urine here means what? When they say that, when generally they do that, then only they restrict it. If not at all said, that means nobody is doing that. Urine there. Similarly, so like someone should not sleep with the Guru's wife. This instruction is given because generally it happens in Gurukuls. Generally means sometimes, not generally, sometimes happens. So that's why that became Niyama. But one should take from living Guru only, this kind of Niyama is not there because obviously we don't take from living Guru only. Diksha. That's why. Now because of the advancement of the Kali, we need to write this also now. One should take Diksha from living Guru only. It's too much. Yeah. Okay, well. The great sages said, dear king, we have come to give you good advice. Actually, I was asking what things you learned, new things actually. Any new thing you learned in last 2 days?
I understood pure devotional means 24.
24/7, yes. What kind of activities? Direct devotional activity 24/7 for pleasure of Krishna. So, and what else? Anything else? Any one point?
The speaker, whatever the faith, the nature of devotion, speaker has that opinion.
Yeah, Guru, sadhu. So, based upon the strength of the devotional strength of the sadhu, so and the amount of mercy he gives based upon these two, and also the type of bhakti. So, what he has based upon this, the speed of the progress of the listener will be different. Yeah, that is okay. And what else?
Present condition of society, how society is degrading so much.
Yeah, that is okay. But philosophically, I want.
Yesterday we discussed by Guru.
Friend for benefit is aware. ये सब बहुत अच्छा याद रहता है.
The government, Pratap can say, if good government is not there, then society will.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Guru's mercy, this anarthas.
Guru's mercy. One can cross over the anarthas which he cannot cross by himself. What else?
Yesterday, Shloka 9.26 we discussed. Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita 9.20. The show of Prabhupada is writing, show of offering will not be accepted by Radha Krishna. That means, of course, he is a devotee, but he doesn't have, that means out of some obligation. Okay, मेरा duty है, करना है इसलिए कर रहा हूँ. इस भाव से करेगा तो लेंगे? नहीं लेंगे. नहीं खाएंगे. लेंगे मैंने लेंगे भी हो सकता है, लेकिन खाएंगे नहीं. लेके उधर रख देंगे बस और वापस देंगे लोग. खाएंगे ना अस्नामी. Edrichya meaning, yes, Prabhu. Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta Sangha Tat Krupa Jata Mangalodin. That means which Jiva can get the Drashraddha? Only Jiva who get the association of Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta. Otherwise, if Jiva got the association of Karma Mr. Bhakta and his mercy, by that mercy can he become pure devotee? No, he cannot become. So definitely, yeah, that kind of mercy is needed. जैसा बीज वैसा पेड़ और फल. ऐसा कर्म मिश्र भक्ति का बीज मिल गया तो आपका भी जो भी पेड़ का फल कर्म मिश्र भक्ति का ही फल होता है, क्योंकि उसमें पोटेंसी नहीं रहता है. अभी तक वो कैंडिडेट also maximum you can think like that only. So I should to do bhakti I need karma. Without doing karma I cannot do bhakti. Such a dareness you will never get. That will be coming from the pure devotee who do pure devotion. Such a person's mercy only can lift this person's consciousness also. And that's why bhakti should be given. Bhakti is not manufactured by the by the faculties, whatever are there with the Jivatma. So by using those mind, intelligence, and so and so, and working senses and knowledge senses, by using all this, bhakti is not produced. Bhakti element should be given to you. Yeah.
Bhakti qualification is not required.
Yeah.
For pure devotional service, then
Is the qualification, yes. For doing any kind of some small, some bhakti activity, anyone can, even an ant can do bhakti. Even a rat can do bhakti. So, and just it is circumlating somehow or other unknowingly. So, this altar, then it is getting the result of parikrama, doing parikrama of the deities. Yeah, so it can get. But that means bhakti can be done. But to do pure devotion, what we need? Dhrashraddha. Dhrashraddha will come from the Shastra. But whose case? Those who are getting the Mangalodaya, in whose case Mangalodaya happened. They only get by studying Shastra, so there is Shraddha. Yeah, anything else?
Firstly, you discussed that. By doing bhakti, heart gets filled. Not with the
Ah. So bhakti, pure devotion is done by many people think after purification of the heart, one can do the pure devotion, they say. No. When we do pure devotion, then heart will be purified actually.
purpose of this Panchratri Vidya. By this Panchratri.
Panchratri Vidhi purpose. What is the purpose of Panchratri Vidhi? What is that? To bring discipline in the person actually. Generally, people are not disciplined. So that's why, otherwise, of course, Panchratri Vidhi, our second initiation is what based upon Panchratri system actually. So our Vidhi, our process, our Acharya Srila Prabhupada and previous Acharyas, they gave a mix of both Vidhis, Bhagavad Vidhi and Panchratri Vidhi. So that's why through the Panchratri Vidhi, what we are getting? We are getting initiation, second initiation, and from that we are getting mantra actually. That mantra we are using for what? For worshipping deities, Radha Krishna deities. To serve deities, we use that mantra. So, and that mantra is also explaining about what? What is our relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead, and what is the form of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and what is our relationship? It is explained, that mantra is explained. So, yeah. And what else?
Anarthas can be overcome.
The anarthas which cannot be overcome by himself, those can be overcome by the mercy of Guru. Some anarthas we can overcome, but those which we cannot overcome, for that definitely we need mercy of Guru Prasad. Next.
Vedic mantra and Vishnu mantra.
Vedic mantras and Vishnu mantras. Karma Kanda mantras. Karma Kanda mantras, you have to test actually whether they are working or not through the process of giving sacrifice of animals and making alive. So that you can understand that these mantras are working. But is there any need to test the Vaishnava mantras? There is no need to test Vaishnava mantras. Vaishnava mantras always, even Vaishnava mantra, if you are not able to pronounce properly, still there is a result. But in the case of Karma Kanda mantras, so if you don't properly utter that, you will be getting no result, and also you will be getting pratyavaya, that means reactions. What else?
Bad wife, bad son.
Bad wife, bad son, not to choose. Bad wife gives bad son. Example, Anga.
Monarchy is best form of government. Monarchy.
Monarchy, yes, monarchy, and so democracy. So monarchy is the best thing. But monarchy also not autocrat. Autocracy will not work. Monarch under council of the sadhus or munis is best actually. But democracy, what is the problem? Democracy also will be perfect provided
All people are properly educated.
all people who are giving vote and who are electing leader, they are properly educated and proper consciousness they have and unbiased. In such a situation, so definitely, but is it possible to implement such a democracy over 140 crores of people? It's not possible actually. So it's very difficult. That's why there is so much bias and so many problems. So that's why, so democracy is not going to successful. Democracy is right if the group is very small group and like small. That means many are the very well educated people like sages. There are 12 sages. They are sitting and they want to decide. Then they can are really very well qualified and they can put voting and they can decide. Voting system they can keep there, but not on the mass people actually who are uneducated and who are so not trained and not knowing the what is right and wrong for them. So using them, using their opinion, if you are electing a leader for them, is completely wrong. Yeah. Anything else?
Shraddha is not the qualification of
Shraddha is not qualification of bhakti. Shraddha is qualification of person, performer. Yeah. Whoever is having Shraddha, that person only can perform pure devotion. There is Shraddha. If he has less Shraddha, then he can do only Mishra Bhakti. He cannot do pure Bhakti. Even if he take up for by hearing the greatness of pure bhakti, even if he start, he may do for few days or few months, then after that, he will leave. He will leave that. Anything else? Okay, very nice. So many good points you have covered. So now we'll read the purport. According to Vedic civilization in monarchy, the king, today is most of the part is Varnashma part. So for 15 chapter, I need only 1 hour. And remaining time, we'll finish this. Okay, it will not take much time, 15 chapter. Remaining time we'll be doing this. We have luxurious time till I am feeling like that. According to Vedic civilization in a monarchy, okay, shall I- document. हाँ? और? ठीक है. According to Vedic civilization in monarchy, the king is advised by saintly persons and sages. By taking their advice, he can become the greatest executive power. And everyone in his kingdom will be happy, peaceful, and prosperous. The great kings were very responsible in taking the instructions given by great saintly personalities. The kings used to accept the instructions given by the great sages like Parasara, Vyasadeva, Narada, Devala, and Asta. In other words, they would first accept the authority of saintly persons and then execute their monarchical power. This is a system actually. If you ask, if anyone asks you what is the best ruling system, means monarchy, which is under the guidance of sages, saintly persons. Unfortunately, in the present age of Kali, the head of government doesn't follow the instructions given by the saintly persons. You know this point when it happened. Prabhupada, yes. Yes. Prabhupada instructed actually. If you don't follow my good instructions, very soon your own men will be kill you. Like that also he wrote. फिर भी नहीं सुना जो होना है हो गया. So Prabhupada wrote letter to all actually. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also he wrote. He wrote to Indira Gandhi and Gandhi he wrote. Shastri, yeah, so he wrote. Where are those actually? 1940s, 49 letters, where are they? Somewhere there. Somewhere are there. But they are there actually. In folio you can find all the letters. Correspondence. This. He letter to Mahatma Gandhi. He wrote Gandhi. Good instructions he gave. 1949 also he wrote. Sardar Patel. 50. He wrote to
Raja Mahendra Pratap.
so many actually. He tried a lot. Nehru also he wrote daily. All good instructions he has given. Nobody cared. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, President of Indian Union. Did you read all this? Huh? Mahatma Gandhi we read, huh? Believe me or not, I have got the clue of going back to Godhead just after leaving my present field. All my contemporary men, I have started my paper back to Godhead as one of the means to the way. Prabhupada, at best, he tried actually. At best, he tried to give good instructions to all the politicians, but nobody heard. Very unfortunate. Mahatma Gandhi he wrote very nicely actually. You just join with me, we'll take up all the temples, existing temples, and I have confidence that uh, you retire from the politics and you are interested in Bhagavad Gita, and we can organize society based upon the Vedic norms, and we can keep temples as our centers, existing temples at that time. But he didn't hear. Then what can be? Then Prabhupada started by himself actually. Unfortunately, in the age of Kali, in the present age of Kali, the head of the government doesn't follow the instructions given by the saintly persons. Therefore, neither the citizens nor the men of government are very happy. Now the rulers, they think that they are superior to everyone, and these are all sannyasis, sadhus. They think that just they can give something, some gift, pade rahega bas. Nobody is interested to take good instructions. Their duration of life is shortened, and almost everyone is rich and bereft of bodily strength and spiritual power. Because not following the, yeah. So if citizens want to be happy and prosperous in this democratic age, democratic age, now democracy, they should not elect rascals and fools who have no respect for saintly persons. But we have all are such a people only who are not giving any respect for the saintly persons. All are like that only. Then where we should go? What we should do then? Not vote. And what else we should do?
Make our own system.
Make our own system. This desire should be there. At least thought should be there in your heart. Whenever the right time comes, then it will sprout and it will grow. That much.
The current problem is many people think the current government is very nice and this is what we wanted and this is what Srila Prabhupada is talking about in purpose. Our current government.
No.
It all worked out.
No. Because if current government is like that, then first importance they should give for the cow production. And this is the present government where you are getting the most cow slaughter and most beef export.
Yes, so they are very favorable, but actually they are.
Nobody is favorable because it is simply cheap politics and the vote bank politics keeps on going on. That's all. And the propaganda. No party is so nice to implement the Vedic culture. So the same thing, they are also giving the promotion to the where is that self-sustainability and agrarian-based life, importance giving for the farmers and cows and the Vedic education, Vedic technologies. So where is that importance actually? Only the thing is, so how to get the foreign investments and how to export more things from our country by manufacturing the modern objects, this and that industries. So same thing. Na? Our leader also will go and say that, oh, India is now able to produce this thing, that thing, like that is we're promoting. And we are attracting so many companies from the different countries, and our economy is increasing. Everyone is getting job, this and that. So-called GDP. All the financial systems also, if you see political systems, everything also, the promotion, what they are doing, the philosophy, what they are promoting. So prosperous life means what? Based upon land and cows, one get prosperity, not just by machines, nuts and bolts. This is the Prabhupada philosophy, where it is implemented by present government. No, बढ़ाव नहीं है उसका कुछ. They religion or something. धर्म आचरित पुंसां वाङ्मनः काय बुद्धिभिः लोकान् विशोकान् वितरति अथानन्त्यामसङ्गिनाम्.
Those who live according to the religious principles and who follow them by words, mind, body, and intelligence are elevated to the heavenly kingdom, which is devoid of all miseries. Being thus rid of the material influence, they achieve unlimited happiness in life.
Yeah. What Vena did, Vena stopped all religious principles. Nobody, no, ashtavyam na datavyam. This is the principle he promoted. But now sages are saying very smoothly to King Vena. So see, religious principles, if we follow, those who live according to religious principles and who follow them by words, mind and body and intelligence are elevated to the heavenly kingdom, which is devoid of all miseries. So by following the dharma, Jivatma will be elevated actually. His consciousness will be rising. So if Brahmana follows Brahmana dharma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, all they follow their dharma. So how it will elevate? Following dharma, how it will elevate the consciousness? Tell me. This point also I discussed. How?
They will come to Sattva. What is that? They are doing
Huh?
following dharma, the sinful activity will go away. Sinful action goes automatically their consciousness. Because once they will not engage themselves, paths.
And what else? How, by following dharma strictly, how it will raise the consciousness of a living entity? Uplift the consciousness of living entity. How?
That will increase their faith in scriptures.
Actually, okay. Following dharma and following dharma not for the fruitive results. Following dharma, nishkama karma yoga, if you take. Following dharma without any expectation.
They have tolerate, then they tolerate.
When they tolerate,
Yeah.
when they do dharma, that means while doing dharma, they will get pain and pleasure. But still they stick to dharma. Example, in the case of Arjuna, so what is the situation, Arjuna's situation? He is in the battlefield and he has to face now his guru and his grandfather. And he has to kill both of them. If Arjuna follows his Kshatriya dharma, that is going to give pain to him, because he is identifying himself as body and seeing, so this body is connected to this grandfather. So that's why if I kill this grandfather and now I'll get pain. That means Arjuna is in the bodily platform and now he is seeing killing grandfather is painful to me. So that's why I don't want to do this dharma. So by not killing, what will happen? Arjuna will be always in the what? Bodily platform only. But if he strictly follows his dharma, that means being a Kshatriya, so whether it may be painful while doing that activity, that dharma, following dharma, while following dharma, he may get pain or pleasure. If he tolerate, then where he will go? He will realize that I am not body. So, but mundane people, what they see, they decide right and wrong based upon what? bodily pleasure and pain. But Shastra decides what is right and wrong based upon what? Spiritual progress. No? Mundane people, they decide right and wrong based upon bodily pain and pleasure. If anything giving pain to the body, then they say it's bad. If anything giving pleasure to the body, then it says it's good. And but the spiritual, that means in spiritual people, what they think. So whatever is good for the spiritual progress, they take that is right. So that's why while performing our dharma, we get pain and pleasure. Even Brahmana, while in the month of the Maghamasa, actually in the winter, he also has to get up every day early morning and take bath and do Sandhya. At that time, it is giving pain. Can he stop that? That means now it's a month of the February, it's a winter season, so I don't want to do bathing and I don't want to do Sandhya. No, then his consciousness will degrade actually. And he will be in the bodily platform only. Now he's identifying himself as body, and that's why he's feeling pain of that coldness. And now he's giving importance for that pain from the cold. And that means what? He is in bodily platform. But Dharma, what it is telling, hey, you have to do this. Dharma means must be done. So you do this. While doing that, pain may come, pleasure may come. Matra sparshastu kaunte sitashta sukadakkada agama payanam tam titikshasya bharat. So Arjuna is saying that do it, man. That means he's telling to Arjuna. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna, hey, you do it. Your duty is what? Fighting now. And you don't need to think that whether who will be killed and what is going to happen, what result will come. So that is painful or pleasureful. That is not your business. You do and tolerate whatever pain or pleasure comes, both you tolerate. So that amrutatvaya kalpate, that means you'll understand you are not body or soul. This is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not for the material benefit. Bhagavad Gita's teaching's goal is not making materially prosperous. So not making society materially prosperous. Bhagavad Gita's teaching's goal is lifting everyone to the spiritual platform. This is the goal actually. So that's why Bhagavad Gita, we are not studying for the material happiness, but we may not for material happiness or not to mitigate the material pain. No. Bhagavad Gita, nowhere Krishna said that if you read Bhagavad Gita, your material pain will be, so material happiness you will get and material pain will be mitigated. Material pain mitigated means temporarily material pain will be mitigated. No. Like normal techniques. By using that, we mitigate material pain. Like having a fan now, the heatness will be mitigated. So Bhagavad Gita is not for such a solutions. No. Bhagavad Gita is meant for permanent solution. To realize everyone to know that he is not body, he is soul. And not only that, you are eternal servant of the Lord. And to fix you on eternal duty. This is the role of Bhagavad Gita actually. So that's why preaching Bhagavad Gita, your message should definitely hit. That means what your message? So audience should know that this Bhagavad Gita has no value for material pain and pleasure. It is simply saying that tolerate it. What it is telling, do your duties and offer the result, and so raise your consciousness level. So which is you actually. Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janatipa. Arjuna, we are there in the past, we are there now, we'll be in the future. That means he's saying that we are not this body, we are soul. And that soul, realization of that soul, on top of that realization with the Lord. So that relationship, that is the eternal thing actually. That is the goal of the Bhagavad Gita. People think that by studying Bhagavad Gita, my material life will be prosperous and I can get business success. But that is not the goal. That is not the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is saying that you may win or you may not win. What is there? But you should do your duty. That is the point. We think that, oh, if we do this Bhagavad Gita, if we study, then we'll become nice, materially successful. Our mind will be controlled. So by studying Bhagavad Gita, and then we can do our work nicely and we can get good results. इतना दूर जाके हाथी की स्नान है.
That's why people live after.
That's why people they live after some time, because they are not seeing the reality, real thing. Even the preaching also, if you ऐसा चिटकुला जैसा मैंने प्रलोभित करने के लिए कुछ ऐसा चीज बोल के उन लोगों को ले आएंगे तो भी वो 1 साल तक अच्छे से फीस्ट खाएगा, उसके बाद चले जाएगा.
कुछ लोग खिला के लाते हैं, बस खिला के लाते हैं जो अच्छा लगता है. ब्रह्मचारी आश्रम सारा मिठाई उधर ही जाता है.
उधर ही जाते हैं क्या बच्चों के लिए?
Some verses are there in Bhagavad Gita, like Yoko Bhoti Tu yes, Yogeshwara Krishna. Those feel but
What that was stop that Diksa.
So that's to maintain mode of goodness. He is saying that proper rice, proper food you take, proper rest you should take. So yuktam is appropriately. That is he is instructing you how to maintain goodness. Being a gnani, how you should maintain your goodness.
All the Yoko Bhoti problems get mitigated.
In what way it get mitigated? Permanently, not temporary. Like fan is mitigating heat, not like that. आत्मा करके रिलीज करने सब कुछ है. मिटिगेट नहीं. Bhagavad Gita is not mitigating means what? It is bringing you to your original consciousness. I am not body, I am soul. So whatever the Maya and Maya's functions, so pain and pleasure at that time also will come, but you are not feeling that. That's all. You are not claiming that. Even after studying Bhagavad Gita also, you will be having the problems. But you are not affected by that. It's not that the Bhagavad Gita is removing everything out. No. That is not the goal. So, already, Jivatma is Ahankara Mudatma Karta Hamiti Manite. Everything is done by what? So, Karta Karma Kriya. Who is Karta? Like if you see a pen, now this is a pen is there here, and your eyes are there. Eyes are seeing pen, and that information is carried, that photo is carried through mind to the intelligence, and finally you are identifying this is a pen. So in this activity, this seeing pen activity, so who is Karta, who is Karma, who is Karta, who is Adi Daivatam, Adi Bhutam, and Adi Yajnam, Adi Adhyatma? कार्य कारण कर्तृत्व. कार्य कौन, कारण कौन, कर्तृत्व कौन? I'm asking, this Jivatma covered with avidya and having karma, and it is covered with ahankara, chittam, buddhi, intelligence, chittam by mind, senses, and gross body, sense objects. So like this it is there. So now it is a pen is there. So when pen is there, and now these are the senses, mind, intelligence, chitta, false ego. This is avidya. And this is karma. So now these eyes are watching this pen. And then after that, what happens? The image of pen is captured by the eyes, and that is given to mind. then mind is transferring that to the intelligence. Intelligence is having, so in Chitta, there are so many photos and with their names. And intelligence is comparing by fetching the different items in this Chitta and comparing this new one with the existing photo and matching, and then finally, so knowing the name. That means this is pen. This kind of knowledge produced where? It is produced in intelligence. So now this is pen. To produce this knowledge, who is Karta? Who is Karana? Who is Karana and who is Karyam? Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakriti Richati. Who is Karyam and Karana and Karta? Karta, Karana and Karyam. Who? Karana. Who is Karta? The controlling deities of senses is Karta. And who is Karana? Senses are Karana. And who is Karyam? Pen is Karyam. So that means senses are operated by demigods as per the karma of the Jivatma. And so information is gathered. And finally, yes, Karana, who is the special cause? Karana means the special cause for this. Capturing this to produce this pen. This is pen. Who is special cause? Senses are special cause. So that's the Karana, and the Karyam is the pen. So here my main point is what I want to say. This Jivatma, what it is doing, being covered by the avidya, so it is not able to know who is he. I am soul. That kind of understanding it is not having. That kind of knowledge it is not having now, actually. And being influenced by false ego, it is claiming himself as intelligence, and it is saying that, so I know pen. Actually, who is knowing pen? Intelligence is knowing pen. And after mind, what it will say, oh, this pen is beautiful pen. So mind is saying, so mind likes pen actually. But now this Jivatma being covered by the false ego, so what it is doing, it is claiming himself as mind. And who is liking that mind activity? Mind is liking. But now he is saying that I like pen. But actually, who is liking? Mind is liking. So actually, Jivatma is not doing anything. Liking or the knowing or otherwise capturing. Everything is done by these elements. Prakriti krimanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. All the time, all the karmas done by Prakriti ka guna. But ahankara vimudatma, that means being covered by the avidya and false ego, ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. So by doing the now dharma, by following dharma, so what we are doing, we are engaging this chitta, intelligence, mind, senses in various activities. They are being engaged, and whatever that means, pain or pleasure, anything coming, so which is actually belongs to only mind or intelligence and in this to this subtle and gross bodies only. So now what we are doing, so you are not relating or you are not claiming those as your own. So in this, that's why that is known as nishkama karma. So by this, what is happening? You are coming to your original consciousness. This is Bhagavad Gita is teaching actually. Again and again. Bhagavad Gita is teaching this message. Is it clear? Huh?
Yes.
Dharma. This sloka. Okay. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, religion means worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not simply make a show of religious life, but should perform devotional service perfectly with words, mind, body, and good intelligence. So on top of that, what we should do? Best thing is whatever the activities done by this, all these things should be so done for the pleasure of Krishna. This is best actually then. So of course, these are all very limited senses and mind, and they are all made up of external energy of the Lord and activity done by that. But Lord is so merciful, He is accepting that. That's why it is becoming devotion. In a Veda Stuti, we can see. So when we try to think about Krishna, who is having the yellow garments, our material mind. So yellow garments, Krishna, you are thinking. Our material mind is thinking yellow garments which are material, and also whatever that means. You say Padmanayana. So he is having the lotus eyes. Whenever you hear this lotus eyes, our mind is going touching the material lotus and also material eyes. Or this material conditioned mind, as a sadhaka's mind, I am saying, which is conditioned. So is it directly, this mind is not purified? Can it go and touch the real? So eyes of the Lord, lotus eye? No. No. It is going for where? It is going material lotus eyes. If you say material lotus and material eyes, it is touching. But still, Lord is so merciful. Oh, this devotee is, this sadhaka is trying to remember me. Like that, he is ऐसे 10 रुपए का नोट किसी का काम का नहीं, लेकिन वो गवर्नर का सैन्य मान के हम लोग उसका वैल्यू देते हैं नहीं. वैसे ही भगवान भी, ये जो व्यक्ति का जो एक्टिविटी एक्चुअली इनका प्यूरिफाइड मन भगवान की आंखों को टच नहीं कर रहे. लोटस आइज मीन्स इट इज नॉट टचिंग लॉर्ड्स आइज. It is touching, it is remembering what? Material lotus and material eyes. Still he is accepting that as devotion. That is the greatness of Lord. All our activities are like that only. But Lord is accepting. So similarly, so whatever activities we do with this material body, those are all accepted by Lord as devotional activities.
We engage those senses in this way.
We are. He is accepting and he is purifying those senses. That means that activity is simply material activity only, but he is approving. Like there is a one note is there, one slip is there, and another slip. It is 10 rupees note. Another is also paper, piece of paper. Another simple piece of paper is there. But it is used to purchase some objects, but it is not used. Why? It is approved. But actually it is what? Piece of paper only. Similarly, in material activity and spiritual activity, this material body only senses are only engaged. But one is approved by him and another is not approved. And he out of mercy is approved. Otherwise, what qualification this Jivatma is having actually? What qualification? So that's the greatness of. So that's why one should engage words, mind, body, and good intelligence in devotional service. By doing so, not only will the king or government head rid himself to the contamination of the material modes of nature, but the general public will also. So that's why king has to set an example how to do devotion. Next sloka. Same satema विनशेद्वीरा प्रजानां क्षेमलक्षणः यस्मिन् विनष्टे नृपतेर् ऐश्वर्याद्यावगौरवः. The sages continued, O great hero, for this reason you should not be the cause of spoiling the spiritual life of general populace. If their spiritual life is spoiled because of your activities, you will certainly fall down from your opulent and royal position. So actually, the king's duty is making every citizen to follow spiritual life, follow their dharma. But if he is not doing that, then he will incur sin actually. He will get the share of the people's sin. and he will fall down. Next. Rajanna sadvamatyebhyas choradibhyah prajanrupah rakshan yatapalim grihnan iha pretya chamodate. The saintly persons continue. When the king protects the citizens from the disturbance of mischievous ministers as well as from thieves and rogues, he can be, by virtue of such a pious activities, accept taxes given by his subjects. Thus, a pious king can certainly enjoy himself in this world as well as in the life after death. So, what is the duty of the king? King has to save citizens from thieves and rogues and also from ministers. The duty of pious king is described very nicely in this verse. His first and foremost duty is to give protection to the citizens from the thieves and rogues as well as from ministers who are no better than thieves and rogues. Most of the time, any system, so who are the departmental heads, so gradually they will become corrupted actually. That's it. The topmost leader all the time he should be having vigilance. Through what? Spy. A Brahmana see the whole society through what? Shastra. And a Kshatriya see everything through what? Spy. He should have spy. किससे किससे ये क्या क्या खरीद रहे, ये आदमी चुपके, इसके लिए पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है, कहाँ चोरी किया ये, या कहाँ पॉसिबिलिटी से, ये सब कुछ विजिलेंस रहना चाहिए. Otherwise, very soon, if king is not vigilant enough, he doesn't have eyes to see the activities of ministers and departmental HODs. Everything, very soon, everything will be eaten away. The whole treasury will be out. Who is saying this? Chanakya is saying. Where is saying? In Arthashastra. You know Chanakya Arthashastra? It's a big book. 15 chapters are there, very nicely given. So very important actually. If there are no spy, that's a big temples. So at one level they are increasing, they grow like that, and then after that, finish. Because they started eating actually. That's right. Temple banta hi nahi. Itna saal hote hai. You have understood? No. Okay. बनता है क्यों खा रहे हैं, खा के खत्म किया तो क्यों बनेगा, और 15 साल भी लगेगा और नहीं बनेगा. Many leakages will be there. Many leakages. This side, this side, this side. तो बचेगा क्या घड़ा में, चारों तरफ से 4 छेद बना दिया तो क्या बचेगा उसमें, कुछ नहीं. That's why king should be vigilant enough. There should be proper systems. So that's the duty of a king. Formerly, ministers were appointed by the king and were not elected. Consequently, if the king was not, and what are the qualities of a spy, what are the qualities of minister, what are the qualities of a messenger, and how to do, how to check, how to remove the internal threats, and how to remove external threats of the kingdom, and what are the process, so much, everything is explained by Chanakya in his Arthashastra. Okay, if you want, you can read that book, Chanakya Arthashastra. Not Chanakya Niti. Chanakya Niti is small book, that is different. Chanakya Arthashastra is a big book. If it is the king's duty to see that there is no increase of thieves and rogues either in the government secretariat or in the departments of public affairs. All departmental heads should be monitored all the time. Because money can corrupt any kind of mind. It's very soon. Money is so powerful actually. उसको justification भी दे देंगे चोरी करके. Purchasing, procurements, they are all very dangerous places. if a king cannot give protection to citizens from thieves and rogues, both in the government services and in public affairs, he has no right to exact taxes from them. In other words, the king or the government that taxes can levy taxes from the citizens only if the king or government is able to give protection to the citizens from thieves and rogues. Actually, in India, how much percentage of tax is, how much percentage of people they pay tax, you know? Huh? Actually, there are so many people are eligible to pay tax. On how much percentage of people paying tax, you know? 3%. That means 97% is not paid. Thieves and rogues. This is the situation. What kind of good government you can expect? In the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a description of these thieves and rogues in government service. As stated, prayaste bhakshaishanti mlecha rajanya rupina. The proud malechas, persons who are less than Sudras, representing themselves as kings, will tyrannize their subjects, and their subjects, on the other hand, will cultivate the most vicious practices. Thus, practicing evil habits and behaving foolishly, the subjects will like their rulers. In the 12th candidate will come. In the coming days, actually, rulers will be like this. The idea is that in the democratic days of Kali Yuga, the general population will fall down to the standard of Sudras. Wherever there is a democracy, there will be all Sudras. As stated, Kalau Sudra Sambhava. Practically, the whole population of the world will be Sudra. And a Sudra is a fourth class man who is only fit to work for the three higher social castes. Being fourth class, and Sudras are not very intelligent. Since the population is fallen in the democratic days, since the population is fallen in these democratic days, they can only elect a person in their category. But a government cannot run very well when it is run by Sudras. Prabhupada is saying that wherever democracy, there are all Sudras, and these all Sudras are electing another Sudras as administrator, and what kind of government he can give. The second class of men, known as Kshatriyas, are especially meant for governing a country under the direction of saintly persons who are supposed to be very intelligent. In other ages, in Satya, Treta, and Dwapara Yuga, the general populace was not so degraded, and the head of the government was never elected. The king was the supreme executive personality, and if he caught any minister stealing like thieves and rogues, he would at once have them killed or dismissed from service, as it was the duty of the king to kill thieves and rogues. It was similarly his duty to immediately kill dishonest ministers in government services. By such a strict vigilance, the king could run the government very well, and citizens would be happy to have such king. So that means punishment should be immediately given. Not that the so much procedure is given, and then trial procedure also is given. Then finally, after that hearing, then after that, so there are fake evidences are produced. Then finally, no justice, no proper justice. Thieves are escaping actually. Rogues are escaping. This is the present situation actually. The conclusion is that unless the king is perfectly able to give protection to the citizens from rogues and thieves, he has no right to levy taxes from the citizens for his own sense gratification. However, if he gives all protection to the citizens and levies taxes on them, he can live very happily and peacefully in this life. And at the end of this life, he be elevated to the heavenly kingdom or even to the Vaikunthas, where he will be happy in all respects. So that's why king can collect tax if he is able to control rogues and thieves. Also his ministers who are addicted to eating people's money. And king is able to give protection to the citizens, then he can collect taxes and he can be happy with the taxes. Otherwise, tax pachega nahi. It will become a sin for him actually. Without following his duty, he is collecting taxes and enjoying, he will incur sin. He will go to hellish planets. So, if being a leader of your domain, if you are not able to give proper justification to your subjects, and if you are not able to protect them from the small fish always is being eaten by big fish. This will happen in your place also, in your small piece of domain of the area also. They also will be happening. And if you are not able to give protection to all the subjects whom you are responsible, then you will incur sin. You will get the sin for that. And you will not be happy. यस्य राष्ट्रे पुरे चैव भगवान् यज्ञपूरुषः इज्यते स्वेन धर्मेण जनैर्वर्णाश्रमान्वितैः. The king is supposed to be pious in whose state and cities the general populace strictly observe the system of 8 social orders of Varna and Ashrama, and where all citizens engage in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead by their particular occupation. It's very important purport. I request all of you to focus. The state's duty and citizens' duty are very nicely explained in this verse. The activities of the government head or king, as well as the activities of the citizens, should be so directed that ultimately everyone engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The king or government head is supposed to be the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is therefore supposed to see that things go on nicely and that the citizens are situated in the scientific social order comprised of 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. In the Vishnu Purana, it is stated that unless people are educated or situated in the scientific social order comprised of 4 varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra, and 4 ashramas, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi, society can never be considered a real human society. That means people they say that nowadays in devotees groups, I am hearing one argument. Prabhu, everyone will do their work according to their nature. So, as per their nature, some are earning money, they are producing money, some are working, serving, and some are administration, they are taking up administrative roles, and some are so guiding the society. So, how can you say that people are not following the Varnashram? Everyone is according to their nature, they are doing the different duties, they are all following Varnashram. They are following Varna. So, this is their statement. What is your answer for this? Some people are saying already we are in Varnashram. Because intellectual people, they are doing intellectual work. Administrative people, they are doing administration. And production people, they are producing. Labor people are working for labor work. They are saying already Varnashram is there. Is it Varnashram? But Prabhupada, what is saying? What is saying in the previous purport? All are what? Sudras. In the present democracy system, since the population is falling in these democratic days, they can only elect a person in their category, but government cannot run very well when it is done by Sudras. So, and also previously saying that the idea is that in the democratic days of Kaliva, the general population will fall down to the standard of Sudras. Actually, our people, whoever is arguing like that, that means intellectual people, they are doing intelligent work and administrative people, they are doing administration. Are, what kind of administration they are doing, what kind of intellectual work they are doing. So, Brahmanas means what is said in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Shama, Dama, Tapas, Saucham, Kshanti, Arjuna. These are the qualities a Brahmana should have. Your intellectual class is having these qualities. And Kshatriya means what? Kshatriya is giving life for protection of others. Your administration is people, administrative wing, whatever whom you are saying, they have this kind of values. And production means what? Krushi, Goraksha, Vanijyam, Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. So your production people so are depending on the Krushi and Goraksha and producing the things, or nuts and bolts they are producing. So here Varnashram means as per Shastra. The values should be followed as per Shastra, not the whimsically something doing. So that's why this is not Varnashram actually. Whatever is there present, so-called maybe categories so are there. No, they cannot be counted as the recommended duties by Shastra. No. You're understanding? The Swarupa of the activity also is important as per Shastra. Not that they are doing intellectual work and administrative work they are doing, ruling work, production work they are doing. What they are producing? Nuts and bolts they are producing, and can you call them as now Vaishya? No. Whom Krishna is calling Vaishya? Krushi, Goraksha, Vanij. Whom he is calling intellectual class? Who is having the Shama Dhamma, that means controlling of mind and senses. What kind of argument these people are giving? Very funny. And someone is trying to guide your nature and how to take up the modern activities as your dharma. Career dharma. What is this career dharma? What is this? You all know this? Career dharma. Your dharma should be as per Shastra, not whimsically manufactured one. Yes or no? So otherwise then Krishna could have given in the Bhagavad Gita Varnas means so product producers are whatever you produce you are the Vaishya. Like that. So simply whatever way you rule it, then he is a Kshatriya. No. That is not right actually. So that's why there is no Varnashram system in present society. Can never be considered real human society. If there is no Varnashram system, then that society is not a really human society. Nor can it make any advancement towards the ultimate goal of human life. If there is no Varnashrama, can they progress towards the spiritual advancement? No. So that's why it is a duty of government to see that things go on in terms of Varna and Ashram. As stated here in Bhagavan Yajna Purusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the actually Prabhu. There is no fan or something because this heat will bring the drowsiness in the people. Automatically less oxygen and with little bit heat. I'm seeing faces becoming slowly like flowers. If they keep in the in the summer in hot धूप में रखेंगे तो क्या होता है वो मुरझा जाता है. ऐसे फेसेस हम देख रहे हैं एक्चुअली. धीरे धीरे अभी नींद की तरफ चलने लगे. थोड़ा हवा चलने से तब खिल जाता है एक्चुअली. एसी बंद क्यों किए हो? किसको?
कुछ ज्यादा ही
अच्छा मुझे फैन चलाए आप लोग कुछ भी चलाए नहीं चलाए हमको तो मतलब नहीं. थोड़ा स्पीड कम करिए इसमें 1 में रखिए. साउंड आ रहा है बहुत ज्यादा. Okay, no problem. So, the personality of God Krishna is the Yajna Purusha. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Krishna is the ultimate purpose of all sacrifice. Sorry, he is also the enjoyer of all sacrifice. Therefore, he is known as Yajna Purusha. Yajna Purusha indicates Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna or any personality of God. In perfect human society, people are situated in the orders of Varna and Ashrama and are engaged in worshipping Lord Vishnu by their respective activities. Every citizen engaged in an occupation renders service by the resultant actions of his activities. That is perfection of life. Every citizen is engaged in an occupation renders service by resultant actions of his activities. So everyone is engaged in the Varna and Ashrama duties. The result is given to the Lord. That is perfection of life. So here Prabhupada is giving very important statements in the down. Before that, we read these lines also. Thus the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra and Vaishya must execute their prescribed duties as these duties are stated in Shastras. Stated in Shastras. Duties are stated in Shastras, not duties manufactured by us. And so that's a career dharma someone is broadly advertising actually, where duties are manufactured by humans. And those duties and that speaker is allotting as your dharma. What is this? What is this? In this way, everyone can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. The king or government head has to see that the citizens are thus engaged. In other words, the state or the government must not deviate from its duty by declaring that the state is secular one, abhyagaya, which has no interest in whether or not the people advance in Varnashrama. Now our state is what? Our constitution, what it says? It is secular. Means what? Dharma niripeksha means no botheration. That means it is declaring that the state is secular one. The state or the government must not deviate from its duty by declaring that the state is a secular one. So state means what? Not the Maharashtra state or Andhra Pradesh state. According to the terminology, actually, this political terminology, state means entire nation is known as state. Okay. So one should not simply declare state as secular and simply deviating from the duties. Which duties? Varnashrama duties. Prabhupada is writing here. In other words, the state or the government must not deviate from its duty by declaring that the state is secular one, which has no interest in whether or not the people advance in Varnashrama dharma. Actually, on contrary, they destroyed and they burnt out the Manusmriti actually. At the time of releasing this constitution. Destroy the caste system. Person wrote the essay on this. Who wrote? Annihilation of caste system. Who wrote? Ambedkar. Baba, caste system which is in a not proper position, that give bad results. That means people consider caste based upon birth, and because of that there are so much social injustice happened. But caste system which is based upon guna and karma, will it be bad? It will not be bad. So for caste systems, there is some anomaly, is there, some wrong things are happening in the caste system. Then what you should do? You should correct the caste system. You should not remove the caste system. If you get disease to the hand, then what you will do? You'll remove the hand or you'll be curing the hand. If caste system got some drawbacks because of the not following standards, then remove that drawbacks. You fix the drawbacks. But you cannot annihilate the caste system. ऐसा बुद्धि घास खाया तो क्या करें? बुद्धि घास खाने से हम लोग इधर हो, बुद्धि गड्डी देंगे। प्रभुपाद उनका हृदय जलता है एक्चुअली, सब देख के, हमारे देश का स्थिति देख के उनका हार्ट बर्न होता है एक्चुअली। कैसा था उस समय? ऐसा पर्पस कैसे लिखे? व्हाट इज द, हिज हार्ट वाज बर्निंग एक्चुअली। Today people engaged in government service and people who rule over the citizens have no respect for the varnashrama dharma. They complacently feel that the state is secular. In such a government, no one can be happy. The people must follow the varnashrama dharma, and the king must see that they are following it nicely. What is this word? Must. हम लोग भी क्या सोचते, बीइंग ए फॉलोअर? कलयुग में ये सब नहीं चलता है। अरे कौन है यार आप? Who are you actually to say this? Who are you actually? कलयुग में कौन नहीं, कुछ नहीं चलते, तो कौन है आप ये सब स्टेटमेंट देने के लिए? बहुत बड़ा व्याख्या कर देते हैं, कलयुग में सब नहीं होता है। Now we'll see the Prabhupada's action plan. What he said. So see Prabhupada, how many times he said about Varnashrama. So must, actually Prabhupada what he's saying, society means Varnashrama society. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि हरिनाम है बस, से वर्णाश्रम का कोई जरूरत नहीं, हम सब एक वर्ण है, वर्णाश्रम वैष्णव। वो बहुत बड़का आ गया अभी, ऐसा फिलॉसफी लेके एक बहुत बड़का आदमी बोलने लगा है, एक वर्ण है, there is no need. Another misunderstanding of philosophy. They don't know basics of our philosophy, that means. Because you see what is said here, Varnashrama is must actually. You cannot put everyone just by your so-called association, everyone became pure devotee next minute. Huh? Your association made them pure devotees. Huh? So that they are beyond all the three modes, and then there is no need of Varnashrama. Such a powerful association you gave. Why you are saying such a statement actually? Prabhupada himself said in 1974, 1977, 77 is the end of the days actually, February 14th. To become a Vaishnava, one should take the help of Daiva Varnashrama. Should take actually. This is a must. Because karmis, when they come in association of devotees, they are not immediately getting the drashraddha and fully surrendering to the Lord. In your congregation, 8,000, 10,000, how many are fully surrendered? How many are ready to do 24 hours direct devotional service, whatever you give? कुछ भी ना सोचेंगे आगे पीछे, बस हमारा जो भी गुरुदेव बोले वही कर दूंगा बस 24 hours. So then why you are saying, that means those who are not ready to engage himself 24 hours in direct devotion, they want to do something else than the devotion in other times, then what you will do then? How you will guide them actually? For them, Shastra is saying that tavat karmani kurvita, till the time one should do karma. What? Makkatado shraddhaya vanna jai. Till the time you don't get shraddha, there is shraddha in my stories. So that's why this system is needed to lift the people to this. Ultimately, we are also saying, after getting the Shraddha and pure devotion, what we do? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Holy name only we do. Holy name only will take you to the Krishna Prem. Who is rejecting that? But why don't you understand what is the process, whole process? That means you are not studying Prabhupada books. You are not studying Shastra. You are not understanding the process itself. Then what is the guidance we can get? Same, that means belonging to our own organization and our own people, completely speaking against Prabhupada. Completely speaking against the Shastra. No need of Varnashrama Dharma. Who are you actually? Then Prabhupada, why he said Varnashrama college, you see, to keep people in Varnashrama system, Prabhupada wanted Varnashrama college. कहाँ है वर्णाश्रम कॉलेज? एक भी नहीं. हजारों टेम्पल्स तो आ गया, लेकिन एक भी वर्णाश्रम कॉलेज. So in the beginning, if we start a Varnashrama college to teach what is that? Internationally students from all over the world to learn to be educated as Brahmana, as Kshatriya, as Vaishya, as Sudra by quality and work. That will be the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Without this system, people are in the mode of passion and ignorance. They are not human society actually. If you kindly consider on this point, and the Varnashrama college started, I am sure the chaotic condition of human society will be completely settled up. 1974. Next. The Varnashrama college has to be established immediately. Everywhere, wherever we have got our center, a Varnashrama college should be established to train 4 divisions. Just by making them to chant 16 rounds, do you think they became already pure devotee? Do you think they are now following Anyabhilasha Sunya Gnana Karma Dhinartha Anukulin Krishna Anusilama? That kind of bhakti they are doing now? Do you know the definition of Anyabhilasha Sunya? Do you understand properly the meaning of that sloka? And people think that I am in Anardhini Vritti and in Nishtha Bhava. एक तरफ से सोते रहते हैं, जप करते हैं और निष्ठा है. कौन सा निष्ठा भाई? What is the entry door for pure devotion? We know. First of all, we should know that sadhana bhakti is also Suddha bhakti. It should be Suddha bhakti. Sadhana bhakti also should be satisfying the criteria of Anyabhilasha Sunya. Yes or no? People, they think that if we do sadhana bhakti, then we will become Anyabhilasha Sunya. कहाँ का फिलॉसफी है? ये रूप गोस्वामी सिखा रहे हैं. हाँ? साधना भक्ति करने से हम लोगों अन्याभिलाष शुद्ध भक्ति में चले जाते. अरे भैया, साधना भक्ति itself is should be Suddha Bhakti. But if you want to call yourself as a sadhaka, you should satisfy the condition of Anyabhilasha Sunyam Gnana Karmadana. नींद आ रहा है. So, if you understand that point, that means what is Suddha Bhakti, if you understand, then you will understand the need of Varnashrama also. Because until unless if you are not in the pure devotion, you have to follow Varnashrama, karma, dharma you should follow. So that you will be maintained in goodness. Otherwise you will go down. But to go to the Suddha Bhakti, what you need, Varnashrama Dharma is not making directly helping you, but the hearing from pure devotee is only helping. No doubt in that. So here, to get the Drashraddha, what is needed? Hearing Bhakti Shastras from pure devotees. That is only the cause to get the Drashraddha. But till that time, what Krishna is saying, Tavat Karmani Purvita. Till that time, they should do Varnashrama Dharma. Karma means Varnashrama Dharma. That's why Prabhupada is also saying. So that's why after giving 16 rounds, if they committed for 16 rounds, don't think that their bhakti is now matured. Their bhakti just began. And now they has to be trained in the Varnashrama college to be settled in this. That means we are bringing here. From the Vikarmis, from here to here we are bringing. So that's why everyone is understand this point. I request all of you, if you are not understanding, please ask questions so I can explain again. Any doubt in this?
So now they have opened DVC college.
GBC college is different. Not so. Varnashrama college has to be established immediately everywhere, wherever we have got our center. A Varnashrama college should be established to train 4 divisions: 1 class Brahmana, 1 class Kshatriya, 1 class Vaishya, and 1 class Sudra. But everyone will be elevated to the spiritual platform by the spiritual activities which we have prescribed. That means we train the people and we keep in this, but they will be elevated to this by spiritual activities, means by regularly hearing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Bhakti Shastras. Prabhupada instructions, why we are not understanding? How many years will be spending like this without knowing his points? His mission is not clearly understood by us. It's a very unfortunate situation, actually. Very unfortunate. It's very shameful to claim ourselves as a follower of Srila Prabhupada. If you don't understand his instructions, if you don't understand his total plan, what is the role of temples, what is the role of book distribution, what is the role of Varnashram, what is the role of, so ultimately what is Krishna Prema, what is the process? If you don't get clear understanding, then internally we fight, actually, conflict. एक बोलते ये जरूरत नहीं और एक बोलते ये जरूरत नहीं. अरे कौन है यार तुम? ये जरूरत नहीं वो जरूरत नहीं बोलने. 1977, which year he is saying? 1974. He is saying that the Varnashrama college has to be established. What is this? What is this word is coming from the Srila Prabhupada's mouth, from his consciousness. Do you know this word? Do you know value of this word? Whatever is nicely feast and so cozy life, everything happily goes, then I will do that. Something little bit painful? No, I don't want to do. And you are bringing your so-called speculative, useless philosophy to defend your laziness. This is the worst thing, actually. The worst, actually. It's a shameful to call himself as follower of Srila Prabhupada. At least verbally accept it. If you are not able to do, no problem. But don't go against to his instructions. Some are there so-called big lead rank and file devotees saying this. No need. Ekavarna. Everywhere, wherever we have got our center, a Varnashrama college should be established to train 4 divisions. Next, you see. The other day, I was suggesting the governor that open Varnashrama college, as we are training a medical practitioner and an engineer or any particular type of line. Similarly, there must be training school and college where a person or a boy may be educated as a Brahmana or as a Kshatriya. And that means Prabhupada's vision, you see, because these demons, they started the universities and colleges and they are training all the boys and girls to become their servants in their industries. And making everyone a Sudra, actually. And Prabhupada want to remove all these training systems with the Varnashrama college and train people as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and everyone should work for Vishnu. And ultimately they should understand pure devotion, get the strong Shraddha, Dhruv Shraddha, and going into the pure devotion service. This is Prabhupada's vision. See, his vision is how much big. There must be training school and college where a person or a boy may be educated Brahmana, Kshatriya, and so and so. Next. It is said in 1975. But Krishna's grace, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace, they are being now trained up. Now you be trained up and revise the whole edition of Western civilization, especially in America. Then new chapter will come in. This is the program. Therefore, Varnashrama school required. Jago. Next, one politician minister in Kolkata has come to see me. I was talking. Why there is a chaotic condition? And a simple reason is there is no this Chatur Varnya system is lost. There is no department Brahminical, Kshatriyal, Kshatrikal, and Vaishya. Nothing. Prabhupada wanted this. That means education institutions there should be, but the education, just like in a university, they have different departments, medical department, engineering department, biological, and so many psychological, chemical, physical. They have so many departments, but there is no department Brahminical, Kshatriyal, or Vaishya. Nothing. So, next he is saying in this 1974, I have also received an enclosed clipping from Ottawa and the information about the property. This property must be considered by the GBC if it can be properly utilized. It is nice for Varnashrama college and dairy farm. With 100 acres of cultivation, you can make such production. Okay, next. Therefore, our first religion is to produce food grains sufficiently to feed everyone. That is our first religion. So we'll read it further, actually, after break, and try to understand, try to meditate on the whole picture. We are not de-emphasizing preaching, establishing temples, Sankirtan, and also there is one more element is there, so that it will complete his mission. That is finally bringing people who are initiated through the Varnashrama college. They has to be trained and they should be brought back to the Varnashrama communities, and so that they can peacefully hear Krishna Katha, Bhakti Shastras, and develop Drishraddha and enter into the pure devotion. This is the Prabhupada's plan actually. So that thing is, everything is complete. His mission is complete. Yeah. Any questions? Yes, Prabhupada.
And then you're giving example of the sense. You can give it away. Purpose. Large mercy that accepted as devotion, because we are trying to get things that we want to do for the world. So this is like thinking. I think that's a question of it. Directly, very devotees. At that time, what it is?
Yeah, even our eyes, so deity is transcendental form of the Lord. There's no difference between deity and the Lord. These material eyes are really not seeing that transcendental nature. But still Lord is considering this as they are seeing. So even your material eyes doesn't have ability to see the transcendental body of the Lord. But still Lord is approving. Lord is approving this deity is myself. And Lord is approving our the material eye, whatever is seeing. So that is also as my darshan they are getting. You see, this is, if you want more to know, with your what is that? Matrabdam cha bhavardam cha atmane kalpanaya cha. This is a sloka from Vedastuti, 18th chapter, 10th canto. So second sloka. In that commentary it is written. Vishwanath Chakra Thakur writes.
Recently read that just 10 days ago.
Acha.
But that's what we started 2 weeks ago.
Matrabdam bhavardam cha.
This thing was long purpose is there.
Yes, yes.
Mentioned there.
God gives the like God gives his eyes and ears to perceive other things. Similarly, Lord can give the Shakti to our words to glorify. That is what he meant.
Yeah. So that means Lord is approving, and then finally he will make our eyes transcendental eyes. Initial sadhaka in conditioned state, he is using material eyes to, or material mind to think about him, material eyes to see him, but he is accepting all those activities as devotional activities, and out of his mercy is transcendentalizing all those.
There is no sadhaka.
Initial sadhaka level is conditioned, then he is making perfect. Then we are able to see.
Then we take
Siddha level, that is.
there was a second question. There when great Buddha Prabhupada, this is other level.
There is director, they are siddhas.
That means eyes is not the issue. Issue is consciousness.
No, eyes also is the issue. Eyes will become transcendentalized when we do sadhana.
The physical level is a spiritual body is everything.
Yeah.
So now what he's seeing, that vision also, that chakshu
He is also transcendental. We should not see spiritual master's body is different from spirit actually.
Going your question. You mentioning this thing which you mentioned in your first video also. I remember the letter in 1277 that you were. So, and it is understood because when you were mentioning this point, I think how many are ready to live their life fully as the gurus on order? Not many. They cannot be stopped from going to office from being relatives and but then my thought was, of course, we have to be now that those people who are not ready for pure devotion, intermittent bhakti, they are doing sacrifice. For those devotees, we will learn that. So then they cannot go office and all this thing. We will come to our thoughts and engage their proclivity in that way. Gradually come to Sattva and to get to
By the hearing Bhakti Shastras, develop strong faith, and they, when get strong faith, Shraddha, they are qualified to do pure devotion. Yeah.
So my question is, Prabhupada purpose to all around is full movement. So then, even to maintain temple, we need to go to these people and tell them, the Nam is not this. You bring your Vidya. Just try to make it from sinful. Because I have whatever I have, whatever he is in the lectures. First, which we see, we come across, they will see what we found. Stop it. Come to some satiric business, simple class business. Okay, you're an IT job, you come to education, academic mathematics, science. So that is what we do, and then we tell you, okay, now you do this and then now we do add marks for a but it's only program out. Only program. This setup, we are having some people from temple, we can initially notice the temple is running, somewhat is running. Now in this, where we put this, Pastor Baba is saying here, all these people who are not having the temple, put them in Rajendra. How would that happen? We are thinking this only looks very much educated, especially Prabhupada teachings. They don't understand.
Yeah.
This character.
Yeah, here thing is, this is the intermediate step actually. Before getting the proper varnashrama setup, at least where there is a more influence of passion and ignorance, like cutting hens. It's a poultry farm. It's a selling hens for cutting. It's a very tamasic activity. Compared to that, at least cloth business or teaching in the schools is a little bit sattvic. But Prabhupada ultimately wanted congregation should be trained in their respect to as per their varna, that means as per their guna. So they has to be trained either of the one varna among four, Brahman, Kshatriya. For that, he is asking to start with Varnashrama college. So this is the turning point actually. Varnashrama college we should bring, not the directly form community. And to start Varnashrama college, what we need? We need the teachers that who can teach the various aspects. So then how to bring those kind of teachers? That also we should, that next, before, that means earlier to that is, they has to be encouraged actually. Encouraged to learn traditional vidyas. Some may be Ayurveda, some may be Jyotisha, some may be organic farming, some may be, that means whatever work they are doing, let them do, at least weekends they should go and develop some skills in these Varnashrama college. First of all, Varnashrama college curriculum we need. That curriculum I developed already. So I can share with any temple because I am the responsible person now to make sure that to happen this Varnashrama colleges and Varnashrama, this whole area. I am minister actually for Iskcon India, the Varnashrama ministry minister, and this is my foremost job actually, and it's my shoulder. So I'll give this guidance. That means Varnashrama college you should start. For that, this is the curriculum, and for that you need these teachers. And among these your boys, if you have, that means if you develop some kind of interest, then few people are interested in this area. Let them engage in that area. Let them do some college preaching and also to support temple. Some people they don't want to work. They don't want to come to this and they want to work only. They need money. We are not disturbing, but some energy, some at least you should open the door and so that any interested people, we should allow them to go that area. But if you block that, then it will never evolve at any time. So that is the concern, Prabhupada.
This is really because from your last part of your talk, what I was getting was because you were referring to some devotees who are innocently saying that no, we don't have a Rashava, and you were expressing dissatisfaction about their feet. So that's why I clarified that this is the intermediate level.
Yes,
What we are trying to bring people to up to is
yes.
absolute central thing. The next level is encourage them to attend Varnashrama college.
Yes.
So particularly if you are already in a curriculum,
Yes.
if you can make a course on YouTube.
Yes. That means we show that for starting a Varnashrama community, so these areas people has to be trained so that society will become self-sustainable society. So to train those courses, we need volunteers who can learn that areas. So that we can give the target to them, and we can also give the proper planning. That means let them do work immediately. They cannot leave the work and they cannot become jobless. So to learn this much time, they should give the target of the 10 years or 5 years target for learning this course. You learn it, and then we all who are learning, so they will become teachers and they will come together. At that time, they can ready for the teaching in Varnashrama college. So if you have planning for now, maybe you can start after 5 years or 7 years, like that.
My thought is that there are many devotees who are not passed out of college, they are working, or they are about to get married, or they have got married already. If you make first a course on you
Yes,
teaching 10 classes, 20 classes,
yes,
you share with them.
yes,
Prabhu, please go through this. But even our boys who are about to pass out have passed out. So that some will show you their attraction. This is very simple, reasonable way. Where I can practice Bhakti also and have no worry about such anxiety about IT or structural competition, AI. And then gradually from those interested ones, which you are telling that. Some may pick up, okay, Varnashrama college, I also start teaching to others. And gradually the knowledge starts percolating with right?
yes,
Large. And from that only some will come. I heard from one devotee, who is a Bhakti or somewhere, for running a farm.
yeah. Madhav Gopinath.
I think right. So their mood is this only that जो बच्चे नहीं आ गए अभी, so बच्चों को वही सिखाना है जो पापा को आता है.
Yes.
So it will become family tradition of knowing that Vedic art, and you live in the farm. So this kind of thing now, because intermediate education is not there, and the class we are serving, class is education. So this Varnashrama college, once they get the education, okay, this is the whole blueprint.
Yes.
From beginning to the end.
This is blueprint. Yes.
Once they see that, then some of them will. So if we can make this course. So I personally also interested little bit. I attended his classic course on a second grade. But there was very preliminary level I read because we are all already already about this. Very preliminary level. But we get this from Prabhupada speech in Varnashrama college course. Then we can tell already.
Yeah, Maharaj also is conducting course in every year 3 months. In Mayapur, he has one setup, VCF, Varnashrama College Foundation. So he is calling various teachers from various departments, and in 3 months period, he is teaching various subjects, various Varna subjects. So like that, some people are interested, they may join with him and they learn and come back. So, like that also. And we will do, definitely, I'll make a proper curriculum, and maybe every course I may not able to teach because Jyotisha, Vastu, Ayurveda, I cannot become expert. But the point is, so at least some basic idea can be given in few classes. Then you take up this and become strong in this and become a teacher. And so that we can start in future. So one college. At that time, our congregation will be trained. And after training congregation, they will become clusters and they can purchase their own land and they can try to set it.
How happy about college means
Yeah.
all these traditional arts, they have two teachers or HODs for those.
Yeah.
Every college, that's what they do. They just think the basics for all that. Varnashram thing, and then every college is there. No, no, it's just for that each art, you have to have a department and all the teachers,
Yeah.
they will excel you in that.
Yes, yes.
That's what. So you, this is even the basic.
Yeah.
The basic Varnashram understanding.
Yes.
Along with this, Bhakti currency which you used to have only, that department, training, and they were national.
Yes, yes.
So this line going.
Yes, yes.
So how we are collecting them, how to do it.
Yes.
From this perspective,
Yeah.
for national basically we explain for the classes can come.
This transcendental diagram, this course also I have this whole that 80 pages I took up for Bangalore Whitefield devotees also. So we can
There is a
discuss.
curriculum, maybe?
Huh?
There is a curriculum maybe or an explanation of some of the concepts.
This is the only concept actually. Transcendental diagram. I have curriculum also. Another file actually.
So which you are showing this diagram.
This is transcendental diagram. This is from Sandarbhan. This is from our basic philosophy. This is only our philosophy. Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, wherever we touch. So this diagram only is there. Okay, we'll stop here. Then we'll start at one part. अरे तो मैं बोल दिया ना आप लोग जाने के लिए क्यों नहीं 130 cheating teacher cheating okay 145 will come please
45 years.
bro here 7 minutes already there actually I will, one second I will ask this